Hey everyone, welcome back to my cozy corner. It's your girl Jen, and it is actually the month of February. Although I'm not gonna lie, when I'm recording this, it is actually February 18th, which means that it's almost the end of February, and I totally forgot. I still have not done a February TBR. Don't get me wrong, I've already read a couple of books that are on my February TBR. I just forgot to record a video and talk about them. And so, in light of Valentine's Day, the month of love and everything, which by the way, I'm so sorry, super off topic, but my cat is currently in what do you call it? Harness training. So if you see her like dragging herself and then land sealing onto the floor, that's what that is. It's so hilarious. She's completely hating this like little harness situation. You'll like see the little glare in her eye and the little twitch in her tail. She's not having the best time. But that being said, with the month of love here, we've got our cute little box of chocolates that we still haven't finished yet. We also have I'm actually using a little, I'm like repurposing a box that I got for Valentine's Day as like, a book box to kind of like open up the gifts and blah blah blah. None of these books were gifted. I'm just trying to be cute, whatever. But anyways, let me just go ahead and open this box up for you. So we're gonna first talk about the Children of Blood and Bone series. Now I did totally lose the book. The first book in the Children of Blood and Bone series, and I it's not like it's lost. I just misplaced it. My friend and I went to Crab Boil for my birthday that we were celebrating, and I have a bad habit of leaving something with her. Fun fact: I accidentally left my wallet with her for like a solid week, and I wasn't able to I had to rearrange my doctor's appointments, and some of them required having my medical insurance on me, and I just didn't have it. So that was not a fun time, but I do have my wallet back. I just don't have the first book in the Children of Blood and Bone series. So we're going to go ahead and pop that right here, and then we're going to talk about it. So the Children of Blood and Bone, essentially, every time somebody asks me what it's about, I have such a hard time articulating what it's about. Essentially, there's two types of people. There's people that do have magic and people that don't. The people that do have magic are kind of discriminated against. Think not necessarily enslavement, but like indentured servitude. If they're not able to pay their taxes, the royals or the governing bodies of this world, they're very they tax them heavily. They're just dealing with a lot of stuff, a lot of discrimination, a lot of we don't like you because you have magic, and magic is they're people that don't have magic are brought up to believe that the people who do have magic are just the root of all evil, the bane of the existence, just super bad people. Meanwhile, the people that do have magic are pretty much they're trying to have a better world, and so there's a bunch of common ground. But we're following four characters. We're following a crown prince, a crown princess, and two people that live in a small village. Mostly we're gonna follow the princess and the two people in the village, and then that third person, the brother, just isn't really as important. But the two people in the village, the main character, essentially you could call her name is Zelly. She is one of the diviners who, essentially, her mom has magic, but her mom ended up dying, and then magic was eradicated shortly after or shortly before, I forget which one. And diviners after are known as people who have ancestry of magic and stuff like that. So Zelly is one of her indicators is her hair. It's completely white, as you can see in the book cover. But she's trying to live her life. She's trying to save up money for her family and trying to get better food and whatever. And oh my goodness, my cat is over here. I didn't even notice. Hi, Tilly. She's not having the best time. But essentially, Zelly ends up going to the market to sell some fish for a very high price, and her brother Zane ends up going with her, and they end up running into this girl. She has a cloak on. They don't know who she is, but she seems like she's being chased by the guards. So Zelly, being the good person and kind of person that she is well, let's go ahead and get you out of here. We don't know you, but we don't want you to fall to the fate of the guards' punishment and stuff like that. So they end up escaping, and then Amari, the girl who's running from the guards, her name is Amari. She's actually the crown princess of this land. Her brother is the crown prince. His name is Enon. He's not really he's the side of the side characters, he has a couple of chapters, but they're kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm weird, but they weren't really relative to the story. He was just kind of groaning the entire time, grumbling, but without going too much into the story, I wanted to like talk about this more in my recap. So he's just kind of like not as important as like the rest of the three, if that makes sense. But essentially, Amari, the reason that she was being chased by the guards, she has a scroll, and the scroll is meant to bring magic back, not fully, but at least temporarily enough for Zelly, our main character, to bring it back for good via a ritual on a small island. So that's essentially the entire premise of the book in the first book. And then in the second book, they bring magic back. They're still facing discrimination, and then at the end they end up like overthrowing the royal family for good, blah blah blah. And then in the third book, I haven't really read it yet, so I'm not quite sure what it's about, to be honest. There wasn't like any cliffhangers, or like it seemed like it was pretty wrapped up. Like you could have actually stopped there, but I'm assuming that the next book is going to be more with political stuff, compared to like, you know, you're trying to like rebuild the kingdom and see who's going to rule, and, you know, fairness and justice and blah blah blah. So I'm not really sure, but I'm sure I'll figure it out once I start reading the book. I actually, little fun fact before I move on, I discovered Kindle Unlimited this month. Everyone's been telling me that it's really good, but I was just like, I don't want to add another subscription to my list. Like, I'm already using Chegg, I'm already using Everand, I'm already using a couple other ones for school, and I'm like a college student. I don't really have a lot of money, so I'm just like a little, you know, I'm not trying to really like make myself struggle, if that makes sense. But Kindle Unlimited was having a sale for the next 2 months. Basically, you would only end up paying $4.99 for the 2 months, and then after that, you would end up paying the $11.99 a month for the Kindle Unlimited. I'm like, dude, that's such a steal. So I ended up buying it, and I've actually been reading. I noticed I've been reading a lot faster. Using Kindle Unlimited, because I'm kind of essentially just like swiping on my phone, and I typically do that throughout the day on like Instagram or YouTube anyway. So I've noticed that maybe I'm saving time on like flipping pages or something like that when it comes to like going on my phone to going on my book, if that makes sense. But super like side note, little side rant, I've been loving it, and I highly recommend it for anybody who's looking for a quick little bargain. I'm not sure how long the subscription is going to last as far as the sale, but that is that. We're going to move on to Four Ruined Realms. If you guys were caught up with my previous videos in January, I talked about my TBR, and this was the first book was actually on it, The Five Broken Blades. Just a quick little recap. We're following 6 people that are banding together to overthrow the king and kill him, and hopefully like change the realm for the better. However, a lot of betrayal happens, a lot of like betrayal essentially. Like we're following 6 different POVs, and they're all kind of morally gray characters, and so of course they're not going to make the best narrators, but there's a lot of betrayal at the end. There's a couple of like key secrets at the end that come out at the end, to the point where in this book they no longer trust each other, but at the end of the book they end up not overthrowing the king because the king knew what was up, and he was like, actually that was just a test for you guys, but the reason why you're actually here, that was your test. You passed, but you also failed. You failed because you didn't kill me, but you passed because you got close enough to me that I'm gonna let you live and like basically move on to the next side of my plan. Oh my gosh, my cat is having such a hard time right now, guys. This is hilarious. I feel bad for her. This is not like, I know she's not having the best time right now. But essentially in the next book, we're following the characters. I'm so sorry. At the end of the book, the king is like, you actually have a month to kill the queen. So that's where the next book comes in. So in the beginning of this book, our characters don't trust each other. They've officially gone to the other land where the queen is at, and right now they're trying to get an audience with her so that they can hopefully like persuade her to their side, because they're still trying to overthrow the king. They're just trying to do it through her because she has resources, she has armies, she has people that can like overthrow the king way better than these like thieves and assassins can. So they're trying to navigate like trusting each other and finding a way to do so that doesn't like, because like they're all kind of hurting right now. They're all dealing with some stuff, but that's essentially what the beginning of the book, like that's what's going on right now. And then in our last book, and last but not least, we have Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerri Manescalco. From what I understand, this is essentially about a very like posh high society woman who is, I believe she just had like one of the family members or one of her close friends just got murdered recently, and apparently it has something to do with the Stalking Jack the Ripper case. If you guys don't know, Jack the Ripper is a real life case who basically ended up going cold because they never ended up catching the guy, and so people have a bunch of theories of how he got away, of how he ended up like killing all the people and what they did and blah blah blah. And so this is kind of like a little I don't know, like a little, not fan fiction per se, but like it's a book regarding Jack the Ripper. And so we have this posh high society woman who's, like I said, her family member or her friend just died, and she's trying to find the killer, and I'm guessing that Jack the Ripper is the killer in this book. And so essentially it's kind of like a cat and mouse game between these two, and I'm actually really excited for it because I love mysteries and I love, like, I don't know, it's coming from a female point of view. It's giving like female Sherlock Holmes vibe, and I'm really excited for it. But actually that is gonna be it for me right now. I'm really excited for February's wrap up video. I also am planning to do a February like small mini book haul video later, and so I basically like got a couple of books in the February and I wanted to talk about them. But if you're looking forward to it, go ahead and like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell so you know when I upload a new video. I can't give you quite a good schedule because I am a college student, so my videos are kind of like uploaded few and far between, essentially, like just whenever I have time, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to definitely talk about my February TBR before I talk about the February wrap up, you know what I'm saying? But that is this video, and go ahead and comment down below if you've read any of these books, and if you have read any of these books, what was your favorite part about them? Like, what was your favorite scene? You know what I'm saying? But that is going to be it from me this week, guys, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.